Hello and welcome to Computer Tech and More. Today I'm going to do some open boxings, and in a follow-up video I'm going to do testing of each of these drives to see which one I end up keeping. So we're going to start off with what I think the most exciting is first, and these are the Thunderbolt / USB4 docking solutions. So I'm going to start off with this one. It's made by Plugable. It's USB 4 and Thunderbolt. And I am opening it for the first time. So the nice thing about USB 4 is that in theory it is completely backwards compatible with all other USB standards. It's just what capabilities will the product have. So this Plugable, I'm having a little bit of trouble with this tape. This Plugable one has 1, 2, 3 USB-C / Thunderbolt. There's your PCN and a USB 3 Gen 2, so that's 10 gigabyte per second dedicated. So if I were to hook this up to a USB 3 Gen 1 plug on a computer, I would get USB 3 Gen 1 speeds maximum out of all the interface. But if I hook it up to a Gen 2, so that's 10 gigabytes per second, I get a maximum of 10 across all the ports on it. And of course, with USB 4, I would get the 40 gigabyte per second maximum out of these three right there. See the lightning symbol? And 10 through this one. And it is powered. Let's see, the box did say that this can charge a laptop up to 60 watts. Each device on this can be powered for 15 watts. It can connect up to 2 4K displays via the Thunderbolt interface. There will be limitations with USB. And it will need to use USB alt mode if you're hooking up to a USB port. Let's see, what else does the box say? Displays, it can handle a single 8K, 4K, 60 Hertz. It has some Mac information, so M1 based Macs and some USB-C and Thunderbolt Windows systems for a single external display. Devices compatible with Thunderbolt, USB, and video USB-C devices. All right, let's see what else is in the box. So there's our power brick. It is I'm looking for it on there. 100 watt. It's got a big chunky cable, and it's got a Thunderbolt cable in there. So this should work with just about any computer out there. Let's move to the next one because I want to do all the open boxes and then I'm going to test them in a follow-up video. And I'm going to explain my testing methodology at the end of this video, if you're curious to know how I'll be testing it, because doing that all live would be quite a task for me since I do this all by myself. Gotta keep it all on camera. There you go. This one is made by, it is the Element Hub, made by CalDigit. They're another pretty well-known brand. And I'm going to open up this one too. All right, this one has 4 10 gigabyte per second ports. Again, this is assuming that it's hooked up via Thunderbolt. Let's see, the computer hooks in on the side. And here are Thunderbolt / USB well, any USB interface. So again, this will vary based on what kind of interface you're hooked up at. So if you're hooked up in a USB4 or Thunderbolt, these get up to 40 gigabytes per second, and these would get up to 10 gigabytes per second. So in reality, if you have this hooked up to your computer and you're using all these simultaneously, so 10, 10, 10, 10, there's your 40 gigabytes per second, you've maxed out your bandwidth. But depending on how you're using it, you'll get up to those speeds with all your external devices. I've hooked up to it. So I'll bring up the other one. So right there, the CalDigit is a little bit shorter, but quite a bit thicker actually. Weight, it's heavier, so there may be better cooling in there. This one is more expensive, about $30 to $50, depending on how pricing is going on. So I'll need to consider that when I'm doing testing and seeing which one I want to keep. Well, let's keep things going and see what's in the box here. Oh, I want to talk about what this can do. So let's see. This has 8 ports, 8K, 4K 60 Hertz, Thunderbolt, USB 3, USB 4. Okay, on there, 4X Thunderbolt, 40 gigabyte per second, 4 USB 3 Gen 2, 10 gigabyte per second, 1 AC power in, Mac OS 11 or above, Windows 10 or above, iPad OS 13.6 if that's what you're using this for, Thunderbolt 4, Thunderbolt 3, USB-C, USB 4 computer, USB-C unspecified, so that would be any kind of USB-C interface, iPad, and let's see, power delivery is 60 watts, so that's same as the other one. It has its dimensions, and in the box it says it has a Thunderbolt cable, the Element Hub, 2 rubber feet strips, so the feet strips must hook into there since they're not actually on it to start with, and a power cord, 2-year warranty. It also lists on the box. Probably need to register for that. So let's see, there's our Thunderbolt cable, there's the beefy power plug, and this is a 150 watt. So this one has significantly better power delivery than the other one. It can handle powering more devices. Okay, so those are the two Thunderbolt USB 4. So I'm also going to retest my old one. This one I had some problems with. It randomly started having disconnects, so since I'm going to be testing the other ones, I'm going to retest this one. And this one is made by a company called Uptab, and I found a very similar looking one made by Juiced Systems, I believe it was. And theirs came out after this one, even though I saw the Juiced one earlier, which is why I ended up buying this one. But it had an micro card reader. Let's see, this one was power in, USB-C. Oh, whoop, sorry, that one is a data port, so that's 10 gig. 2 more 10 gig A ports, HDMI, there's power delivery, and PC. Or there's power delivery to this, and this hooks up to your PC, and it had an Ethernet. So I bought this because I wanted an all-encompassing one at the time, because my new laptop at the time really only had 3 USB ports, and one of them was used for power. So I was looking at something like this. But so I'm going to take another look at it while I'm doing my testing. I'll let you know if I would even recommend that these days. So the next one I have is made by a company called IKUAI, IKUAI. It's a Gen 2 hub using the USB-A interface, 10 gigabyte per second maximum. Let's open it up. Oh, here it is. So I chose this one because it has power switches. On the information online, it said push for power on, push, hold 30 seconds to power it off. So this way you can individually power ports as you need them. I have an older one made by Sabrent that's for 5 gigabyte per second that I actually really like that feature, and it had a power cord, so each of these have dedicated power rather than relying on power through your machine. And so this will give me a maximum of 10 gigabyte per second to each of the ports. So as you add more to it, you're not going to get the maximum bandwidth out of it. But it's a good looking aluminum enclosure. Oh, I need to talk about the materials on the other ones. I'm sorry, I'm going to be jumping around. Feels aluminum. It's pretty good weight for its size. I really like the way it feels. So that's aluminum or metal, and that's a metal. And all right, and the last one, simplify your life. I don't see the company name on it. I'm gonna have to list that in my item description down below. Well, let's see. Here it is. This one's a real simple one, a lot like my old one right there, except it can handle both kind of card slots. One USB-A, 2 USB-Cs, no power in. There's the interface for your computer, and this is very light. I believe this one and this cost about the same amount of money, around $30–40, while the Thunderbolt USB4 fancy ones are upward around $200 plus. So this comes with a little instruction manual, and it's USB plug. So let's talk about how I'm going to test these devices. Oof. All right, so I have access, easy access, to 3 external hard drives, basically. So these two are NVMe based, 10 gigabyte per second, and this one would be a 5 gigabyte per second SSD is in there. So my plan is to plug in the device. I already have these recorded speeds for these ones listed actually in one of my other ones, and I'm gonna create a nice looking chart saying what it is by itself, and then how kind of performance I get plugging in 1, plugging in 2. So I don't have the cables plugged into this, but 1, 2, what the speed drop off is, and if it will even power 2 of these NVMEs. And if it powers that, I'll go ahead and plug in a third and see if it's able to maintain power across 3 devices and what kind of performance I get. And I'll do the same test with this and with my old one that I already own, see if it actually is alive or not, and each of the 2 Thunderbolt USB4 ones. So I will have a maximum throughput, combining all these together, of about 25 gigabytes per second as my maximum throughput. So I won't really be able to fully test the Thunderbolts, but I'll be able to get close in performance to it. And my test machines are going to be actually a few different ports. So first and foremost, this is my my laptop in question. So this has 2 Thunderbolt ports and 1 USB 10 gig, the A port. And I have my desktop, which does not have Thunderbolt, but has USB-C on it. So I'm going to be testing each of these with each of the different types of ports. So the regular Gen 2 hubs, they can just run off there and they'll run at Gen 2 speeds no matter what. But the Thunderbolt, when I hook it up to the Thunderbolt, it's going to run at full Thunderbolt type speeds, in theory. I think these are 40 gig on my Lenovo C940 Yoga, if I remember it correctly. And I'll run it on my desktop off its 10 gig USB C port to see what kind of speeds I get off of there. But thank you for joining me from this open box. I'm looking forward to testing out these and seeing which one I keep. And if you enjoy my content, I'd really appreciate subscribing. It'll really help me grow my channel. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I hope you look forward to my video about testing these products. Have a great day.